We're gonna be helping Sphinx out this time. Hey, Kazuya! I've been waiting for you! Sphinx? What are you doing in a place like this? Isn't it against the rules for you to wander around outside of your room? I'll come visit you if you want to hang out, so be patient and go wait in your room, okay? Okay! No, wait a second! I got a favor to ask. A favor for another world. I wouldn't be waiting for you here otherwise. I heard you were solving people's problems here, so I went ahead and waited for you. I've been waiting so long, I'm practically half asleep. I see. Sorry to keep you waiting. So what kind of problem do you want me to solve? The thing is, I want you to beat up some fairies! Sorry, I'll rephrase the question. What sort of problem is there in the other world? Why do you need my help? You know how before we met, I used to play in that park I turned into a forest, chasing butterflies and stuff, right? The magic I released at that time reacted and connected with some strange place. It's called the Fairy Realm or something. Fairy Realm? That kind of name doesn't make it feel particularly dangerous. I didn't know what it was like inside, or what kind of fairies lived there, so I left it alone. But after a while, I noticed something. It looked like the fairies were using the entrance to their realm to tempt humans inside, and quite a few of them at that. Maybe because Yuma doesn't exist in that world, there were a lot of citizens who still hadn't evacuated, and one by one, they were all taken into that fairy realm. Thanks to that, I waited until the army's bombing started, but not a single person passed through the spot where I was waiting. Isn't that awful? I guess that sounds pretty bad, but... So, if no one came along and Yuma never existed, does that mean Kazuya may or may not exist either? No matter how you slice it, that's a world with no connection to anyone but you. There's not really a reason for us to expose ourselves to danger and put up beat up some fairies just for the sake of your feelings. It's not like they're someone in a real pinch or anything. Is there someone in a real pinch? Well, the truth is, I was pretty miffed about the fact that they'd snatched up all the humans for themselves. So I went and gave them a piece of my mind. I thought they'd be the size of butterflies, so I didn't expect to have any problems. But then their boss or something came out. Don't tell me. You got the tables turned on you, and now you need to be saved after getting yourself captured. I'm afraid I can't talk about that. But if you'd be so kind as to save me. The door to EX Fairy Realm has been opened. Let's see. Alright, so what is this place? These EX rooms are spaces that connect to other worlds created through the bonds you forge with demons. In other words, the demons you build bonds with, or demons connected to them, are waiting for you and Kazuya to intervene. Of course, it's up to you whether or not to choose to undergo these tough trials, but if you manage to overcome them, you'll be able to increase your power even more. About the Indulgence. You might have noticed already, but the Kazuya that exists here is not quite the same as the original Kazuya. The ability to use magic, the existence in my room, there are many contradictions. What I want to talk about right now is the Indulgence. This my room is not connected to Hell's Gate. In other words, The hell's indulgence that Koshinkan gave you will not work past this space. So I'll give you this. It's something from Mayra. This platinum indulgence works the same way as the original one. Keep in mind, it will return you to the entrance of my room, and still won't work when using bronze boxes. Ultimately, it's a tool to skip squeezing scenes when you lose along with reducing the amount of corruption gain. Though, it's a different story if you actually want to be bad touched. About EX clear first. When you clear one of these EX rooms, your bond with the associated demon deepens further, and you will acquire SP that can be used in the capsule. You can freely battle with demons in EX worlds, but it's possible to get a platinum box. Platinum boxes work the same way as bronze boxes, except you can use the platinum indulgence to skip squeezing scenes if you lose. You can use the box as a way to farm money. However, keep in mind that finding demons in the EX worlds is not always straightforward. Be sure to prepare well before challenging them. Removing EX corruption. Removing corruption gained from losing battles in the EX world is more difficult than usual. The basic method is to win against that demon, but if you've gained a lot of corruption from a boss, winning against them may end up being hopeless with too much corruption. But it's not like there's absolutely no way to get rid of it. A demon with a similar lineage to the one you're battling can remove corruption for you. That's because the corruption manifests as submission within the heart of the intervener. For example, a snake demon can remove another snake demon's corruption, and a bird demon can remove another bird demon's corruption to an extent. However, they won't be able to remove all of the corruption. That's because, in a sense, they're only trying to neutralize the corruption from one of their own, but it's still worth doing. Points to know about EX worlds. You're heading into a world that's different from your own. That means that things that you take for granted as existing in your world might not exist in these ones. Take, for example, the safe rooms. The military in those worlds didn't adopt the use of capsule technology, and safe rooms themselves won't have been set up in places without military presence. Also, if Hyaki isn't around, there won't be any means of replenishing items either. So, she may turn up on rare occasions, though. The only things you'll definitely be able to make use of are saving and the item box. Make sure you have enough items before going on. I think that's it. Ask for advice. I can give you advice about battling demons ahead if you end up getting some corruption from them. Oh, I haven't met any of them, so... Alright. Well, let's just go. Do you want to enter EX Fairy Realm? Once you enter, you cannot come back until you have advanced a certain point. Yes. Ouch! Ow. Hey, Kazuya, are you okay? You landed on your butt pretty hard. Oh god, that scared the hell out of me. I didn't expect the entrance to be floating a few meters off the ground. Well, like being said, this place was only opened by coincidence, so it's no wonder that the entrance coordinates are a bit off. Besides, even though it's remote, this place is still part of the demon realm. If you stay here too long, it might be a bad effect on your body. Let's just go find Sphinx and get out of here. Kazuya, can you hear a voice coming from underneath you? Huh? Beneath me? That's right, I'm stuck under you! Stop wasting time battling and get the hell off me! Whoa, what the? When I sat up, he jumped out from under me. He was a winged boy, about the size of a fist. It was like something from a fantasy picture book, except it was right in front of us, flying around and yelling at us. Don't you what the me? You're the idiot who suddenly fell on top of me. Thankfully, being here meant I got away with just some pain, but if that happened in the outside world, I've been a bloody mess! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to crush you. Good grief. I can't let my guard down. Just when I thought the flow of humans that Titania's followers were abducting was starting to settle down. That big cat, and you just now. What's going on in the human world today? Big cat? You mean Sphinx? Hey, is someone over there? That's not Aina-chan. It's dangerous. Shit, we gotta hide. Hey! Huh? It's a human! It's pretty unusual for one of them to come here all alone. Is it possible for them to come here without our help? Hey, Mai-chan! Damn, these fairies are thick! When I emerged from deep inside the forest were two little girls. In terms of size, you could say they were both also fairy size. They're wearing clothes that accentuates the large parts of their body, chest and thighs respectively. No sooner had that one popped out of nowhere and then quickly hid himself than another couple turned up. This is a pretty busy place. Who are you two? Us? I'm Aina. The one hiding behind me is Mai-chan. As you can see, we're fairies. I'm sorry, Maya's a bit of a shy girl. It takes her a while to warm up to new people. She's got a very rare personality among fairies. Once she knows you don't mean any harm, she'll be super bubbly and friendly. Fairies? So then that means this is the fairy realm? Wow, you knew that before coming here? If that's the case, then it's no wonder I can feel the magic in your body. It's not every day someone comes here by themselves. Aina-chan, stop it! If that's true, then this person might be even scarier than I first thought. It's fine! Don't worry! I can tell this human is safe by a smell. Anyways, human-kun, what's your name? What brings you to this world on your own? Well, I'm Kazuya. I was asked to do a favor by a demon named Sphinx. I came to this place to help her, but... Do you guys know where she is? She's like a big cat. Big cat? Maybe it's that girl. Titania-sama brought her in a while ago. Huh? But that demon said... I'm not a cat, I'm a lion! Roar! See? Super scary, right? So that can't be her, right? Sorry. That's definitely her. By the way, I heard someone talking just before about a Sphinx. Did someone else come here with you? The thing is, we like it when there's a lot of people around and everything's all boisterous. But it's a bit of a hassle when humans hide from us. No, I was trying to talk with a fairy boy I met just before you guys turned up. He seemed to get pretty flustered when you guys were coming and quickly ran off somewhere. I didn't have the chance to properly ask about Sphinx or even his name, so I don't know who he was. He had blue hair and was wearing a yellow scarf. A blue-haired fairy boy? Considering he ran away, it must have been Puck. I'm sure it was him. He was really humiliated after a whole fiasco with the love and idleness flower. He hasn't shown his face around here ever since. I'll bet he's been asked to do something unreasonable by Oberon-sama again, and he's just running around trying to avoid doing it. Puck? So that was his name? Hey, let's forget about that. So you came here to help that Sphinx demon out, right? We can both guide you through the forest to Titania-sama. How's that sound? Wanna come with us? This forest has a very peculiar layout. And if you don't know the way through, it's easy to get lost. So I think you should come with us. Oh, but in exchange? Both fairies suddenly approach Kazuya's face. We have just one condition. You gotta play with us first. But play? The thing is, us two can't go to a human realm unless Titania-sama orders us to. That's the kind of place the fairy realm is. But Mai-chan and I really like humans. We're especially interested in male humans like you. But whenever humans are summoned here, Titania-sama quickly takes them away somewhere. So we rarely get to talk to humans, let alone play with them. So it's pretty rare to have someone like you come here on their own and not have been found by Titania-sama. I'm pretty sure she'll tell us to keep our hands off you when we bring you to her. So we've gotta make use of this opportunity while we can. You understand, right? It's true, they've been pretty nice so far. I know this routine well. It seems pretty dangerous to readily agree to their offer. Well, I do. Shall I accept their offer? If you accept it, it's a game over. You must refuse to continue. Which is a shame, because I really like these fairies. Sorry. I understand you got your reasons, but I'll have to decline. I can kind of sense Sphinx's presence, and think I'd be able to make my way through the forest on my own somehow. I appreciate the offer, though. Boring. I thought we were going to get to play. Anna-chan, it's not good to be so persistent. You'll be told off by Titania-sama if you keep this up. You never know when Titania-sama over in Sama might be watching, okay? Yeah, you're right. It's not like there are any dangerous demons here apart from fairies, so there's no need for us to force you to come with us. You don't look like you'll fall for all the traps in there like that Sphinx idiot. So as long as you take your time and move carefully, I'm sure you'll make it through. Sphinx. We'll be hanging around here for a while, so come see us if you get stuck. Yeah, okay, thanks. The fairy realm. It seems like Sphinx has gotten herself captured here. Yeah, based on what I've heard so far, it sounds like the fairy queen, Titania, has taken Sphinx somewhere. Whatever this realm's objective, or whatever problems they're causing, I didn't come here to fight. I just hope this Titania will hear us out. That won't happen. Titania's a selfish queen who never lets go of something once she's got it. It's you from before. Well, what's your problem? First you run off without saying a word, now you're back coming to talk to us. It seems like you're going to make things pretty interesting, so that was my plan all along. You've come to save this big Sphinx cat, or whatever she's called, right? Unlike those other two with ulterior motives, I'll be happy to do you the honor of having me as your guide. Well, I appreciate the offer, but just who exactly are you? I'm known as Puck. Didn't those two from before tell you? Everyone's prejudiced against me, so I've ended up in isolation. Normally I'd stay away from anything that seems like it's going to be a hassle, but you perked my interest a little bit. Interest? Surely you've noticed that this forest is filled with pollen created by magical power, right? There's not just pixies in the fairy realm. Dryads and alrunes also make their homes here. Those guys all live in the vegetation growing in the forest. In that kind of space, a normal human wouldn't last more than a few minutes before succumbing to the pollen. They won't be able to resist being seduced like you just did with those two before. Well, I've noticed it too. It's enough to prevent even a familiar like me from interfering. It's bad when the pollen's in a sealed space like back in the shelter, but in a place like this, a small amount of pollen shouldn't be a problem for Kazuya. I breathed a lot worse than pollen. I can't imagine it'll be an issue. Now I see. Despite appearances, you spend quite a bit of time around those kind of demons, huh? Did you refuse the invitation from those two fairies because you knew it'd be dangerous? Yeah, I guess. And it's not just Titania-sama. There's lots of fairies out there who think they can mess with humans all they want. So I'd love to give them a real scare. So, having someone experienced like you with real power is just perfect for my goals. That's why I want to help you out. So how exactly are you going to help? Listen up. All fairies, and that includes those two from before and Titania-sama, believe there's no way a human can make it through the forest on their own. I'll tell you how to get past the gimmicks in each part of the forest so you can safely accomplish your goal here. No, my memory now is a little hazy. I'll get to watch the looks on their faces as they stamp their feet in frustration at seeing a human they can't control. And then, when the time's right, I'll jump out and say this. Humans aren't idiots. Serves you right. It'll be a win-win. So how about it? Not a bad offer, right? What do you think, Kazuya? Though his motives aren't exactly pure, he doesn't seem to be lying. Well, if he'll help us rescue Sphinx faster, then I don't really have a reason to refuse. And the whole upsetting the Queen thing has nothing to do with us. And Puck's a male too. So unlike those two from before, he doesn't have any bad intentions, and I don't have to worry about being attacked. Oh, you sweet, sweet, naive Kazuya. You have no idea that there are those kinds of men out there, do you? You must guard your rear at all times. It's settled then. I'll be waiting for you up ahead, so come see me when you're ready to go. Let me guess. You're thinking that this whole thing is going to turn into even more of a hassle than you thought. Enough of a hassle that if we manage to rescue her, I'll give Sphinx a hell of a telling off. This fairy realm is a dense forest. You can't walk around like you normally would in the human world. You'll end up going in circles, in the same place without even knowing it. Fairies like us can handle it, but just in case other races come visit us, markers have been set up to prevent them from getting lost. Do you see that structure that's so unnaturally placed over there? That's a marker. Apparently you'll be fine as long as you follow what's written on them. But because we fairies don't use those markers to begin with, I don't really know how to use them. Titania, who was the one who installed them, said anyone with even a little bit of smarts should be able to make use of them. So I'm sure it'll be easy for you. Oh, and about that big cat, she got caught by Titania at the first pillar while trying to figure out what to do. Sphinx. Maya and Anna appear. Preemptive strike. Good. Kazuya's body went numb and he fell on the spot. Alright, right! A precise stab, if I do say so myself. What the? What Ana-chan is holding is the fairy needle. Its magic power can cause various effects on humans. Right now, Ana-chan used the needle to paralyze Kazuya-kun's body. It's okay. It won't hurt as long as you don't struggle. Kazuya, we don't care if you don't want to play with us. We'll play with you as much as we like. Huh? Kazuya grabbed Mai and Ana's bodies and forcefully pulled them away from his face. Shh, just a little more. Stop thrashing around, Kazuya. Ana-chan, let's retreat for now. After he's gone some distance, we're at a disadvantage. Let's wait for a better timing and use the needle once more. No matter how small and fast we may be, we have to consider that we can be shot with magic. With that much power, we'd be out if he so much as graced us with it. You're right. Thanks, Mai-chan. Let's retreat at once. Hey, you okay? I knew those guys weren't going to give up. And from what I saw earlier, there's a chance they'll attack again if they see an opening. Be careful out there. Don't worry, I'm used to it. Well, I guess it's a good thing I don't have to point my weapons at these little fairies, since they're not challenging me head on. Gruff-looking fairy. I heard Mai and Ana have their eye on you. Tough luck, human. Don't be so worried of me. It's not like I'm going to attack you or anything. What's with that disappointed look? There's quite a lot of fairies who like playing sexual pranks on humans, but because of certain circumstances, those two are especially aggressive. I heard through the grapevine that those two were summoned to the human world for a certain purpose, and ended up draining their summoner to death. Ever since then, they've been like animals with a taste for blood. As pixies often go a little overboard when we play tricks on humans, but you shouldn't ever let your guard down just because you want something lewd. This forest is a space created by Titania-sama for humans who are anxious about being constrained by their lifespans. I don't really get the whole lifespans thing, but from what I understand, it's when you up and die at a certain time even if no one kills you, right? Titania-sama says this is a place where humans can be liberated from their predetermined fate and play for all eternity with the fairies here. It will be like a paradise in the demon realm with no disease or injury. That's why she gets all of us to invite humans here one by one. Pretty smart, huh? Huh? You wanna know where all the humans went to? If I remember correctly, Titania-sama brought all the humans to this big open space in front of her throne. So I'm pretty sure that's where they are now.